Thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. Do you guys remember that old 1997 interview that Oprah Winfrey did with Maya Angelou when they were both like in their pajamas snuggled in the bed together like doing the interview? And Oprah was like, I remember the best piece of advice that you gave me. And Maya was like, what was it? And Oprah was like, you told me.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
Well, I want you to keep that in mind when I show you this next clip of what Donald Trump said during one of his last speeches. Check this out.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You gotta get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it.
Yo, this dude just said that if you vote for me this year, you're never gonna have to vote again. You know what that means, don't you? Well, after Trump said that, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and one person said, so he basically said that this will be a dictatorship. And then somebody else was like, he said it without saying it, shaking my head. And then somebody else was like, yup. But then somebody else was like, you and everyone in the comment section are stupid like Biden. He only has 1 term left, which is why he said it would be the last time to vote for him. And then somebody else was like, no, sounds like a dictatorship beginning to me. Listen, let me know in the comments. Did that sound like Trump was saying this is the last time you'll have to vote for me? Or did that sound like the beginnings of a dictatorship? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And really, do me a favor, hit that like button because as always, when I start talking about serious things, I get shadow banned. So, I need your help to get out of YouTube jail. Now, as you already know, PnB Rock was pow-powed 3 times, once in the chest and then twice in the back, and unalived at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles, California on September 12, 2022. The belief is that the moiterer is a 17-year-old male that was instructed by his father, Freddie Trone, to take out PnB. According to sources, the boy's father, Freddie, who was a fugitive at the time of the crime, was also the getaway driver. Chantel Trone, Freddie's 38-year-old wife, was also arrested as a suspect in the moiter, but at this time it seems that her involvement is still up in the air. What is this, a family affair? How does the entire family get together and decide that they want to murk someone? I mean, that right there is crazy.
We are learning more about the killing of rapper PnB Rock in a South LA restaurant just hours after a 3rd suspect was arrested in Las Vegas. Freddie Lee Trone is awaiting extradition to LA. Trone and his 17-year-old son were charged today with murder, robbery, and conspiracy. The complaint says PnB Rock was wearing several $100,000 worth of jewelry when he was killed. The son made his first court appearance earlier today. The 3rd defendant, Chantel Trone, who is the teen's stepmother, is charged with being an accessory after the fact. She was in court this afternoon and did not enter a plea. Bail is set at $20,000. She's due back in court October 13th.
Anyhow, the trial for the moiter of PnB Rock began on July 23rd, and after opening statements, the judge has come to the conclusion that the alleged teen assassin is not competent to stand trial because he lacks the mental capacity to follow the criminal proceeding. Now, after finding out that the judge found the 17-year-old defendant unfit to stand trial, PnB Rock's fans were understandably upset. And one person said, everybody's special ed when they gotta face the judge, huh? And then somebody else said, but he had the mental capacity to watch PnB's girlfriend's IG story, figure out which Waffle House he was dining at, pick up a piece, drive to the location and pow-pow PnB? Nah, sentence him for life. Now, I don't have access to this dude's intelligence tests, and I don't have access to this dude's Woodcock-Johnson test of cognitive ability. But I'm of the belief that if you can go out and find yourself a piece, you know how to load it, aim it, and pow-pow somebody and unalive them, then you are competent to stand trial. Because it's not like he's a young boy who just happened to pick up a piece and like it accidentally went off. This dude and his father allegedly planned and followed PnB to the chicken spot and took him out. Now, I looked into this and I'm like, what happens to a person who's found incompetent to stand trial? Because I know he's not just going to get off. And what I found out is that a defendant who has been found incompetent to stand trial will be administered treatment in a center for up to 15 months in order to attempt to make them competent to stand trial. Now, after the defendant is restored to competency, then they can return to court, enter a plea, and have a trial. But here's my question. What happens if the person is never restored to competency? Listen, I know for a fact that my audience is one of the smartest audiences on YouTube because I be reading your comments and y'all are mad smart. Anyhow, somebody out there, can you please let me know what happens if a person is supposed to stand trial but then they're found not to be competent and then they're never found to be competent? Please, let me know in the comments because I really want to know. Do they just linger in the system and continuously get reevaluated, or can they eventually get released? Let me know in the comments. Now, as you know, we are a credible news source, and because we're a credible news source, sometimes we have to cover unpleasant things. Listen, if you're somebody who has a parent who is at the age where they either in a home or they have a home health aide, please people, make sure that you check on your parents because some of these home health aides are not doing what they're supposed to do. Check this out.
The woman on the left is a home health aide sent this past Sunday to take care of Dorothy, a 95-year-old woman who uses a walker and needs an oxygen tank. This is all about to get much worse. She would throw something from the floor at Dorothy and then something from the table. She would swat at her with a pan from the kitchen and throw the pan at her. And then there was this, hitting Dorothy repeatedly until that 95-year-old woman, clutching her walker, collapsed to the floor.
It was a nightmare. It was horrific.
Michelle Mitchell was in New Jersey on Sunday, but she was watching this pummeling of her grandmother on her phone as it happened because the family had installed cameras in the apartment. Police are now looking for the health aid worker, but have made no arrests.
Oh my goodness, I am absolutely mortified. Listen, if you recognize that home health aide, contact the authorities and turn her ASS in because nobody has no business putting their hands on a 95-year-old elderly woman like that. Thank God the family had cameras installed because if they didn't, they would never know that Dorothy was suffering elder abuse. Now, as you know, I don't advocate violence, but if I ever caught a home health aide treating my mom like that, I swear, I would mollywop her behind. Now, let me tell you something. God don't like ugly, and he certainly doesn't approve of people who use and abuse the elderly and our children. And this is absolutely atrocious. But this is why they say that if your loved one has a home health aide or is in a home or has to have an extended stay in a hospital, you gotta constantly be checking in on them because you have to make sure that they're being treated with dignity, care, and respect. Now, after the community saw how that home health aide violated Grandma Dorothy, a whole bunch of people had something to say. And one person said, the way I would have dragged her through the house about my granny, she's gonna need a walker and oxygen when I'm done. And then somebody else was like, this video wouldn't have even got out. She would have just came up missing. And then somebody else was like, me to the police. Find her before I do. Listen, the police should already have that chick in custody because the home health aid service that sent her to the house knows exactly who she is. So her behind should have been locked up. Now, let me say this, and let me say this clearly. There are many home health aides out there who do their jobs very well. I mean, they go above and beyond for our elderly, and they care for them with mad respect. So to them, I want to say thank you for everything that you do. And I want to give y'all the biggest shout out because what you do isn't easy. But this heifer right here needs to be locked up. Oh my goodness, I need a happy story after that. I really need a happy story. Let me see what I have. Okay, here's a happy story. Uncle Snoop is just out here living his best life. And after carrying a torch at the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris, Snoop has now transformed himself into a four-top, showcasing his vocal skills with Reba McEntire and some other notable artists. Check this out.
Reach out for me.
Now, after seeing Snoop Doggy Dogg out there in his snazzy suit doing his rendition of I'll Be There, a whole bunch of people came in the comment section, and one person said, Uncle Snoop just out there completing missions at this point. And then somebody else was like, Snoop is the epitome of I dabble in a little bit of everything. And then somebody else was like, Uncle Snoop is everywhere with everyone doing everything, and I love it. Get it, Unc. Live, baby. And then somebody else was like, the hardest working man in show business. Listen, Snoop is just doing Snoop, and I love it because Snoop Dogg just goes to show you that there are no boundaries when it comes to hip-hop, because I mean, this man is out there doing everything. Now, what's crazy is I was talking to my peeps the other day after I saw Snoop hosting the Olympics, and I said, I can't figure out for the life of me how Snoop Doggy Dogg is not a billionaire by now, because he's out here doing everything, and he's constantly working. And my peeps was like, he probably is, but unlike some other people like Diddy, Snoop's not gonna tell you how much money he has. And I was like, interesting. So let me ask you, do you think that is true? Do you think that Snoop Doggy Dogg is an undercover billionaire? Let me know in the comments. Now, peep this. The other day, Nicki Minaj jumped on Twitter and she wrote, so, we're the adults now. Goodness, it all happened so fast. Do y'all offer summer school, night school? Now, after Nicki said that, a whole bunch of people jumped in her comment section and tried to roast her. For example, one person was like, you just realized? And then somebody else was like, Nicki baby, you've been an adult. And then somebody else said, you became an adult many years ago. Stop talking as if you're Gen Z. And after that, somebody else came through and said, you've been an adult for like 40 years. Baby, you're the new elderly. No, they didn't. But as always, the Barbs came to Nicki's defense, and one person clapped back at the trolls who were trying to play Nicki by saying, since y'all want to act all ignorant, I'ma explain. When you have a kid and now you have someone you're responsible for, it's a different type of being an adult. It'll dawn on you differently that you're an adult now. Listen, I'm riding till the wheels fall off with Nicki this time, because I swear, I wake up every morning like, oh snap, I'm an adult. When did this happen? When did I turn into an adult? As a matter of fact, I was chaperoning a kid's birthday party the other day, and the birthday party was at Dave & Buster's.
What about this celibacy thing?
Yeah.
What was the longest you went?
Ooh, 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 whole.
It's like a divine number. 7 years.
That is, and then you say
Broke
goodbye?
it, yeah.
Okay. 7 is a long. That's a good run.
That's a good. Now, what did you notice? Okay.
Mental clarity. Just doing without. It shifted my mindset. It was no longer a focus. The rush to be, in a relationship, the rush to be married, the rush to. And I think there's a lot of pressure on women to be able to do that, and also feeling valid. Why are we taught that we have to be taken or made an honest woman? Am I a liar? There's a lot of things.
I ain't got no kids. I'm not.
And I think the world always needs more of it, but I think you must start with yourself, and I have to start with self always, versus expecting from other sources. So it was just reconditioning. It's a very spiritual thing. And you must be very selective if you want better results.
Right.
And so I think that's self-accountability. And it started with me.
Listen, I know a lot of people out there are like, oh my goodness, how did she go 7 years? Well, Lenny Kravitz is going 10 years, and he seems to be just fine. So, apparently some people can do it. Listen, let me know in the comments. If you've ever gone celibate, has it increased your mental clarity and focus? I mean, is it good to go solo dolo for that long? Let me know in the comments. Now, peep this. The other day, Dr. Umar was in a Detroit airport, and 2 police officers approached him because they said that they got a phone call that a black man in a plaid shirt was talking to himself, and Dr. Umar fit the description. Watch this.
The Black Party is back. How we doing?
You alright?
Yes, sir.
Everything good?
Yeah, what's going on?
We just got a call about somebody that we were worried about someone.
Me?
I'm not sure if it's you.
Okay, now I'm Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm just waiting on my flight to Amsterdam. It wasn't me. I'm good.
Okay.
They sent y'all to me specifically?
No, they set up a black man on a plaid shirt in this vicinity.
I might be the only. Was doing what?
No, it was somebody called in and just said the person was talking to themselves and they was worried for them.
Oh, no, I'm a psychologist. I'm perfectly sane.
No. Yeah, like I said, we're just doing our due diligence.
No problem. All is well. All right now. Someone sent the police. Y'all see the police behind me? Do y'all see the police behind me? They sent the police. 2 fully uniformed, white power struck. They sent the police to the Prince of Pan-Africanism, and I'm talking about spirituality. See, brothers and sisters, did y'all see what just happened? They said they got a call that a black man in a plaid shirt was talking to himself. Lord have mercy. I thought I'd do the psychological evaluations. I thought I'd do the psychological assessments. I thought I'd do the psychological screenings. I thought I'd do the psychological diagnosing. I thought I'd do the psychotherapy. That's the first time that's happened to me. The police came to apprehend me. So the question becomes, who sent them? Was it the Utopian Negropeans? Was it a Neanderthal who's listening to me in this airport who doesn't agree with the mission, the message, or the methods? Who do y'all think sent the police? Who summoned Detroit's finest? Was it one of you all? Was it a member of my Ifatunde Queendom? Was it the reactionary Beta Manosphere? Was it a Caucasian in the airport? Was it a Utopian Negropean?
Yo, those cops just don't know. They tried to stop the wrong person. But who do you think called the cops on Dr. Umar? Do you think that it was a Caucasoid? Or do you think that it was a Utopian Negropean? Oh my goodness, how does he come up with this stuff? Anyhow, last but not least, I'm gonna end today's video with something extremely uplifting. A lot of times we jump online and a whole lot of people are online trolling and trying to find ways to bring us down. But today, I came across this sister's video and her sole purpose for making the video was to give us all some positive affirmations to lift us up. And something in my spirit is telling me that somebody out there today who's listening to the source really needs to hear this. Check this out.
Listen to me. You're going to get back on track. Honestly, listen, you will find a job again. You will find love again. You will feel powerful again. You will feel like yourself again. You will bounce back. You will get back on track. Everything will be aligning with your plan. You are so good. This is not the end. I'm just here to remind you really quick on this Saturday, hang in there. You're doing such a good job. Don't let that little incident, that mistake, that small hurdle, that small thing to you, which is a giant, get you down. You feel me? You have this in the bag. It's yours. So get it, grab it. We ain't giving up though. That's what we not finna do. That's what's never finna happen. Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, let me know what you think about Donald Trump saying that if you vote for him this time around, you won't have to worry about voting again. The judge in PnB Rock's Moiter case deeming that the alleged teen moiterer is not fit to stand trial. The home health aide getting caught on tape abusing an elderly woman. Snoop Dogg singing, "Reach out and I'll be there." Nicki Minaj saying that she just realized that she's an adult. Maya saying that she abstained from sex for 7 years. Dr. Umar getting profiled in the airport, and the young woman on social media giving us a little positive inspiration. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.